Oregon. And John, we look at tonight's game, not only is it an important game in the conference, but there's some even bigger fish to fry after tonight, huh?
Yeah, it's the time of year where both these teams are still in the picture for the running for the conference championship. At this point in the year, you need to start thinking about the tournament a little bit. Most coaches will tell you that they don't think about it now. It's just a game-to-game situation. But in reality, the seeding meeting is this weekend. And I think as far as this game is concerned, I'm hazarding a guess right now. But I think Stoughton needs to win this game to get the #1 seed in their portion of the Janesville-Craig sectional, and that's huge.
There you see the Stoughton Vikings and head coach Matt Hockett. He's in the spirit of the night tonight. It's Hawaiian night here in Stoughton. And Coach Hockett is dressed out in his Hawaiian shirt tonight. The Oregon Panthers being introduced. Their starting lineup: Nate Benson, a 6'3" senior guard, number 3. Number 5, Tyler Doring, 6'4", senior forward. Bradley Sterling is a 6'2" senior forward, number 15. David Solberg, the starting guard, 5'11" senior, 23. And 34, Bradley Mares, 6'4", senior center. And as you can tell, they really put on a show for the starting lineup here in Stoughton tonight, as they're getting a youth night crowd all riled up. Here they come. Number 2, Connor Kowalkowski, is a 6'1" senior. Cole Bruzigar is a 6'3" senior. He wears number 4. The spotlights shine brightly on the home team Vikings. Casey Schultz, 6'1" senior. He wears number 5. Another senior, 6'1" Scott Graffine, wears number 15. And yet another senior, 6'5" senior, Max Fuller, number 34. That's your starters for both Oregon and Stoughton.
This is a little unusual. I think, Jay, we're going to have 10 seniors out on the court to start out with. So we've got a couple of real experienced teams here.
These two teams met earlier this season in Oregon, and it was a battle. January 6th, Stoughton won it 44-42 as the lights come back on, and we're just about set for the opening tip. Wouldn't be surprised to see another grinder-type game tonight as Stoughton comes in with a record of 7-2 in the conference, first place in the Badger South at 15-4 overall. Oregon currently third in the conference with a 6-4 record, and the Panthers are 11-7 overall. Opening tip controlled by Stoughton into the hands of Connor Kowalkowski. Just underway, Stoughton in the white, Oregon in the black. And the crowd's into this one already. These two cities not all that far apart from each other. Oregon.
There's a lot of spirit here tonight. That's great.
And Stoughton is competing, its wrestling team is competing in the team tournament down in Janesville tonight. So even more impressive in those terms to have this many basketball fans here in Stoughton. First shot of the game by Max Fuller is 3, and it rolls in.
Stoughton showed real good patience there against Oregon's man-to-man. And they got a real nice look. Fuller got his feet set out on top of the key for a good look at that 3.
Now at the other end, Oregon's first shot by Bradley Sterling misses, and here comes Kowalkowski driving. Wild shot misses, and the rebound to Tyler Doring for Oregon.
Pretty good patience and a good shot the first time, not so much so the second time.
How about a big 6'5" guy stepping out for 3 for Stoughton to start? Huh? That's a good sign for him.
Yeah.
Nate Benson 3. Missed it. Rebounded Doring. And now Oregon gets another chance, but Solberg traveling. David Solberg, the leading scorer for Oregon, 11 points a game. He had a big shot a couple of games ago as he hit the game winner in overtime to beat Milton 58-56. Near steal by Doring, but he fouled. That's our first foul of the night on Tyler Doring.
Oregon was out in what looks like a 1-3-1, 3/4 court press here. It'll make Stoughton work to get it into the offensive end.
Kowalkowski picked up the dribble, and now they turn it over. Here's Oregon on the break, and it's Tyler Doring for 2. Now That time the press worked, forced the turnover, and they converted with a basket. 3-2 now. Kolkowski this time will dribble through everyone, pull up from the elbow, shot a little long. Battle for the rebound won by Doring. He's got a couple of boards already for Oregon.
Oregon's press that they're in there has done a nice job so far. They've gotten Stoughton out of what it appears they were trying to do. They ran real good offense the first time. Stoughton did, that is, and the last couple of times they've struggled against that the press that Oregon was not in the first possession.
Panthers showing patience on this possession. Doring missed three. Loose ball. Mears for Oregon. Bradley Mears gets his first hoop tonight. It's 4-3, Oregon's first lead of the night.
At this rate, we're going to see a lot of three-pointers tonight, Jay.
I guess, huh?
A lot of attempts, anyway.
And not all of them will go in, right?
No.
All right, here's Stoughton with Cole Brusiger. Now Kolkowski, three, missed again. And put back in by Scott Graffine for Stoughton. Right place at the right time was Scott Graffine, the 6'1 senior. Stoughton back in front by one.
If you're going to take a lot of threes and you aren't making a lot of them.
Solberg, quick shot.
Good to be on the offensive glass.
Fuller rebound for Stoughton.
Oregon back in man-to-man.
Graffine thought about three, but that would have been a really long three. Now here comes Fuller with another three. He's 2 for 2.
That must be his spot. You know, as I look at the Stoughton statistics, Jay, Stoughton does not shoot the three very well. For the season, they're shooting about 28% from three. And there's another three. And that time by Benson from Oregon.
Max Fuller coming in, 17 of 53, 32% from three, but he's got 2 threes already, and that's helped Stoughton to an 8-4 lead.
Jacked up his percentage a little bit so far.
I guess, huh? Now this time Fuller drives baseline and scores.
That was a nice move. Good, strong, quick, explosive move to the baseline by Fuller.
Max Fuller, honorable mention all conference last year as a junior, and he's off to a hot start tonight with 8 points.
Yeah, I think that most people are looking at Fuller as an all-conference player, first-team all-conference player this year.
Fuller comes in averaging 11.4 points a game. He's already got 8. Oregon having trouble shooting early. Fuller again.
Well, Oregon's going to have to figure out something to do about that. When you hit 2 threes and then drive to the basket for 2 layups, you know, what do you do?
Max Fuller, the story early.
It's the 3 from the top of the key. Then he scores twice by putting the ball on the floor and attacking the basket. That's a versatile offensive game, and that's going to be tough to deal with.
Well, we got enough of his highlights, huh? One right after the other. Standings of the Badger South coming into tonight. Stoughton 7-2 in first. Madison Edgewood, Fort Atkinson tied for second at 6-3. Oregon right there at 6-4. Also tonight, Fort Atkinson is at Madison Edgewood, so we may have I don't know if we'll have a clearer picture of the Badger South race. Maybe they'll even tighten up more tonight. Who knows? With the top 4 teams facing each other.
Stoughton in looks like a 1-2-2 zone here.
3-pointer for Oregon. Boy, they need one of those to drop. Loose ball. It was knocked out by Oregon.
Yeah, like we mentioned before, Jay, not only are these important games in the standings, that with the seeding meetings this weekend, they're huge games also. Because I'm not so sure some of these coaches would rather get a real nice seed than move up a position in the standings. Because that can be tremendously important once the tournament starts.
Turnover there as the pass was a little too hot and behind Max Fuller. So here comes Oregon. Down 8.
Stoughton in zone again.
Benson. Now Solberg gets a pretty good look and hits it. David Solberg's first basket tonight, 12-7.
He's their best shooter, and if they're going to play that zone, they're going to have to get out on him. They give him looks like that. That could be trouble for Stoughton.
Now here's Shane Rowley into the game, number 0 for Stoughton, and he gets into the action right away, draws the 2-shot foul.
I think that foul was on Solberg.
You know what? They gave it to number 4. It's one of those guys up from the JV team. John Nedelkoff. Zach Zeiker. Excuse me, that's the Stoughton roster there. Anyway, it's the second team foul on Oregon.
He's not on our roster.
Yeah. Rowley makes 1 of 2, and guess who's there for the putback? Oh, man.
He was too close.
Fuller would love another shot at that one. 13-7.
Well, he had to miss sooner or later.
Casey Schultz went for the steal and poked the ball away, but also committed the foul.
Schultz is a real nice defensive player. He may be as good a defensive player as the Badger Conference has this season.
First personal, first team foul against Stoughton.
Man-to-man for Stoughton again. We're getting a look here from both these teams. It's different. They're mixing up their defenses.
Solberg setting it up with 1:45 left in the quarter. 13-7, Stoughton. Miss and a putback. That's Nate Benson cleaning it up.
That was some nice offense by Oregon that time. They weren't in a bigger hurry to launch a 3 up there. Ran some good offense. Got a nice close shot with a good follow.
Mike Rosna's in. The 6'4 junior scores for Stoughton. Check that. That's Gus Geezy. Gus Geezy for the basket. Final minute, first quarter. Solberg finds an opening. Tough floater. Rebound goes to
Geezy. Caught one right in the face on that.
Yeah. Nick Liggett is number 1, and he ends up by the admissions table trying to get that one.
Oregon slowly but surely working their way back into this one.
There's Matt Hockett, 3rd year as Stoughton's head coach, great tennis player in high school.
And probably the best shirt we've seen all season.
That's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. I have one like that. I sit out in my backyard under the tree. And,
I tell you, if you would have known it's Hawaiian night, you would have brought that baby.
I would
have, wouldn't you?
And my hat too.
Yeah. There's Matt Hockett, a great basketball and tennis star at McFarland High School back in the day. Went on to play basketball at Minnesota Duluth. Also won some co-ed tennis titles up in Duluth. Now he's got things going in this Stoughton basketball program. Benson, tough shot, drew the foul. I think it might be Kołakowski, yep. Connor Kołakowski gets the personal foul, his first. It's the second team foul against Stoughton, and here comes Nate Benson to the free throw line. 6 games in double figures for Benson this season. That's his 3rd point tonight. A season high, 17 against Milton. One more for Benson. 2 for 2. Well, Stoughton built up a pretty good lead early, and now Oregon's crawled back. Kołakowski got a bump and took a wild shot, but it'll stay with Stoughton with just 0.2 of a second left.
I think he might have been hoping for a foul on that one.
Graffine will inbound.
Stoughton's been unusual tonight. you know, they'll come down on one possession. They'll be extremely patient and work the ball, and then next time they come down the floor, it seems like they're in a huge hurry to get the ball up at the basket, and the shots aren't quite as good.
And that's the end of the first quarter with Stoughton holding a 15-11 lead over Oregon. Max Fuller had 10 points in that first quarter. Gus Giese, Scott Graffine with 2 each, and Shane Rowley hit a free throw for Stoughton. For Oregon.
I think Oregon's sneaking back in here, and I think their answer for Stoughton is that they're going to have to defend Fuller a little bit better. In the second part of the quarter here, whether they changed anything or not, I couldn't really tell, but he has not played the last 3-4 minutes like he did the first 3-4.
Yeah, Fuller hit a couple threes and hit a couple drives. Here's Solberg's three, his only points in the first half. Nate Benson leads Oregon with 4. This is Benson on the putback. So Benson 4, Solberg 3, Doring 2. Mayers also has 2 points.
With both teams switching, Jay, I think I'd like to see the offenses be real patient here so they can tell where the weaknesses are in the different types of defense. First, you have to recognize, number one, what type of defense is being played. And Stoughton looks like they're in that 1-2-2 or 3-2 zone again. Determine what the defense is. Then you need to work at how you're going to attack it, probe a little bit, find out where the weaknesses are, where the soft spots are, and then go from there.
Tough luck for Tyler Doring to start the second quarter.
Nice rebound by Fuller.
So the Vikings at home with a 4-point lead and possession. Tough shot by Fuller, missed it. Bruzigar is there to follow it in. Bruzigar, 6'3", senior, his first 2 points, 17-11.
At that time, Stoughton ran Fuller out of the post. They'd had him on the perimeter primarily so far this game. That was, I think, the first time they really posted him up inside.
Daniel Schwartz off the bench for 3 for Oregon. Tell you one thing, both these teams crash the boards, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
We've got a number of putbacks already.
Yeah, they do it. Seems like offensively, both teams always have at least one guy on the backside, and there was an example of it with the Graffine back there. Didn't convert, but he was in great position.
Mike Rosga rebounded that one for Oregon. He's a 6'4" junior. Big guy, Mike Rosga, and I think he moved on the pick. So Rosga will get the personal foul. Third team foul against Oregon. I'm going to say, we're on all over the country tonight.
No kidding.
John Nedelkoff, the coach for Oregon, his parents, Jim and Pauline, are watching us in Gulf Shores, Florida, Gulf Shores, Alabama, excuse me. Cole Bruzigar's grandparents are watching us in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Isn't that,
Don't you have a fan club in Sioux Falls?
I'm not aware. Look at that battle for the rebound, and it's going to be a foul. Graffine will shoot free throw.
And Bruziger got the first one, and those two guys they're dominating the backside.
They said Cole Bruzigar's grandparents are watching in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Didn't Joe Favanoff from Sioux Falls?
I'm not sure.
The old Badger. Anyway, Matt Hockett's parents, as Scott Graffine hits the first free throw. Matt Hockett's parents are watching us tonight in Orlando, Florida. Jeannie and Pete. So hello to everyone and happy Valentine's Day.
Do we have anyone watching in Europe that you're aware of?
I'm sure somebody's on this.
Okay.
Somebody in Paris or something. They love the game of the week in France. Always have.
Stoughton back to man-to-man defense. Oregon does a good job of waiting them out here. Get a feel for what they're in. Get some rhythm with your offense. Wide open three.
Ooh, boy, that ricocheted off the backboard and into the hands of Cole Bruzigar.
Well, Doring had time to set his feet and get a good look at it. I don't think that was the results he was looking for, though.
Now here's Fuller. Dropping it
Nice
for
pass.
Brusigar. Inside position. Fuller tip, no. Fuller gets it back, no. One more time. Here's Graffine. And it was on the end line. Wow. How did they not come away with anything there?
I want to say that Graffine has to have 5 or 6 offensive rebounds already. And all from that same spot. He gets to that backside position, and if you own that, you own the offensive glass.
More tough shooting luck for Stoughton, and finally, Fuller puts it back home. He has
Up with his left hand.
Yeah.
Stoughton's really hurting Oregon on the offensive glass right now.
21-14. Schwartz hit a 3 earlier.
Stoughton man-to-man. Oregon's running a swing type offense.
And one for Bradley Mayers for Oregon.
They run that cutter out of that offense, that swing offense, very similar to what Wisconsin runs. They run that offense, they get that cutter along the baseline. They had Mayers in there that time, and they got the ball into him. Good patience.
And Hockett discussing life in the...
He's asking the official what he thinks of his shirt.
Yeah.
So, do you like my shirt?
It's lovely. So Mayers converts the 3-point play, and just like that, Oregon's back to within 4. 5 points for Mayers tonight.
Man-to-man by Oregon.
Vikings swinging around the perimeter, looking for an opening, but none so far. Kolkowski will just reset the offense with just over 4 minutes left, second quarter. Now they swing it around Kolkowski, baseline, reversing,
nice.
Beautiful move.
Boy, that was nice. Good patience again, and Kolkowski gets that defense overshifted and attacks the baseline.
His first basket tonight, lead back up to 6. Schwartz tries another 3. Rebound goes to Schultz for Stoughton, lost it, put back once, twice, and Daniel Schwartz gets the basket. 5 for Schwartz, lead down to 4.
Both teams are really getting after it on the offensive glass.
Well, this is really the kind of battle we expected. Well, maybe a few more points than we might have expected, but we'll see how it develops. 23-19 right now. Timeout. Things are a little stagnant for Stoughton, and Matt Hockett calls timeout.
Yeah, the last several possessions, Stoughton's becoming a little bit more inside conscious, I think, which is good. Because like we mentioned, I know Fuller hit a couple of threes from outside, but I don't think that's Stoughton's strength. I think if they're going to be successful tonight, they're going to have to attack the basket and do the job on the offensive glass, which they've been doing a real nice job of so far here, in the second quarter. Oregon's going to have to figure out a way to take that backside rebound away from Graffine and Brusiger.
Ready for tonight's trivia question?
Yes, I'm ready.
What year was Stoughton's last state tournament appearance in boys basketball?
Stoughton has never been to the state tournament.
You are incorrect.
I'm incorrect.
They've been there twice.
Twice?
Yes.
Okay. Must have been a couple years I wasn't
very
paying
young.
attention.
I don't know if you were created yet, in fact. Oh, there's a great defensive play blocking Kolkowski. Stoughton was at state in 1937 and 1939.
Well, that's why I didn't remember. I was barely in middle school by then.
I know that. How about that?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
And I think they have a legitimate shot this year. This is a nice ball club.
Veteran team. Blocked by Brusigar, but foul by Brusigar. We got Mike Razga on the way to the hoop.
Yeah, if he just goes straight up, I think he'll be better off. He kind of swatted at that. Whether or not he hit him, I couldn't really tell from this angle, but I think the official, they see that swat, and they're going to toot that whistle real quick.
There's Mike Rosga, member of the JV team last year. And the guy that John Nedelkoff hopes continues to develop into an inside presence and an inside scorer. There's John Nedelkoff, former assistant for Bo Ryan at UW Platteville, was at Mayville for 14 years, a couple of years at Moline, Illinois, and now back in Wisconsin at Oregon High School. 1 of 2 for Rosga. And it's a tight game, 23-20. Kolakowski will retreat to center court to reset against Nate Benson.
But Fuller in the low post now. I have a hunch they might look to him in there. Oh, they screen for him and he pops out.
Fuller, free throw line, not this time. Tipped once by Nick Liggett, again by Nick Liggett. Another offensive
rebound basket. It's getting so Stoughton doesn't have to make their initial shot. They can just come down, throw it up, and one of those guys is going to get it on the backside and put it in.
Lead back up to 5 for Stoughton.
I liked Fuller's adjustment on that last one. He popped out to the top of the key where he's hit a couple of threes, gave a little pump fake out there, put the ball on the floor, and attacked the basket.
Solberg missed the shot on an air ball. They're going to say Liggett hit it last as Schwartz was diving to the floor.
I think we saw that one a little differently. You want to signal that official there and tell him?
There's a lot of people between here and there. I don't know if I can get there in time, so we'll give it to Oregon.
He did not have a good angle on that. I think he missed that call, but that's life in a big city.
Solberg, who's Oregon's leading scorer, has just a 3-point basket tonight. He's trying for another one there, but airballed it. Now Benson. They're working around to Mears. Nice move. Good shot by Bradley Mears. He has 7 to lead Oregon.
That was a nice move. He put the ball on the floor, one dribble to his left, and hit the jump shot. It's not as easy a shot as it looks.
Mears, a familiar name to high school basketball fans. His dad, Randy, was a big star back in the day.
At Stoughton.
At Stoughton. Now, Bradley plays for Oregon. 30 seconds left, first half.
See, Stoughton's going to wait for the last shot here, which looks like what they're going to do.
Kolakowski goes with 15 and lost it.
Okay, as soon as I say that, proves me wrong.
You just never know.
Tried to dribble through too many people that time, though. Now we'll see if Oregon's going to wait.
Solberg double teamed. Well, they're going to have to get something up here quick. Mears, followed by Goring, is just short. And Oregon could have used that one, but at halftime, they're in pretty good shape. Stoughton has led for most of the first half. Oregon led 5-4 at one point, and then the lead grew to 8. Then it got tight again, and the Oregon Panthers go to the locker room trailing, but only 25-22.
Well, this is pretty much the same type of game that they had last time they played. And I think it's going to be like this, tight like this the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Oregon's got to figure out what to do with Stoughton on the offensive glass. That's a problem for them right now.
Well, Oregon won the second quarter 11-10. At halftime, Max Fuller leads all scorers with 12 points for Stoughton. Scott Graffine has 4. Cole Brusgar has 2. Connor Kolakowski 2. Nick Liggett 2. Gus Geezy 2. And Shane Rowley has 1. For Oregon, Bradley Mears with 7 leads the way. Daniel Schwartz with 5. Nate Benson 4. David Solberg 3. Tyler Doring has 2. And Mike Rosga with a free throw for 1 point. Halftime, Prep Mania, Channel3000.com, Game of the Week. The Stoughton Vikings lead the Oregon Panthers 25-22. We'll be back in just a few moments on Channel3000.com with the start of the third quarter. Welcome back to Stoughton High School, the Prep Mania Channel 3000.com Game of the Week. John Boyle, Jay Wilson with you, getting ready for the start of the third quarter. We got a good one tonight. Stoughton and Oregon. Boy, John, these two teams are battling on the hardwood tonight.
This is a battle, Jay. This is a fun game to watch. Both these teams are playing.
You're on TV. Well, until those guys jumped in there.
Both teams are playing tremendously hard. There's not a lot of real great shooting going on. I think both these teams have to realize that that's not their strength. And if the team that can go to their other strengths, playing defense, hitting the offensive glass, the team that realizes that's what they're going to need to do to win, I think they're going to have the best chance. The team that thinks they're going to come out here now and shoot the lights out, take a lot of threes, I don't think that's the way to go for either of these teams.
Yeah. In the first half, Max Fuller was the story. I'll tell you what, he got 12 points and got 10 of them early, but then Solberg finally broke loose for a three-point basket. And here's some of that play inside you were talking about.
This is, by both teams, this is just an outstanding exhibition of offensive rebounding.
One time Fuller missed that one with Cole Bruzigar was there.
That's textbook offensive rebounding. Get to that spot. Get to that 45-degree angle just inside the block on the weak side. Whoever controls that area controls this game.
There's Fuller with that left-handed putback.
Yeah, he had 10 right away, Jay, and Oregon did a real nice job. They adjusted to him, and other than that shot we just showed here on the highlights, he didn't get an awful lot accomplished. And as far as I can tell, Stoughton continued to try to get to him, and Oregon was just closing down. There's another example of that backside rebounding. That was Schwartz there for Oregon. Another offensive tip, followed by rebound. They put it in.
That was Nick Ligas' only basket of the first half. It all ended up to 25-22. Stoughton with the lead and the ball to start the third quarter. Fuller couldn't get that one off. Now feeds back to Kolkowski.
That's smart, I think. If I'm Stoughton, every possession we have, we're going to let Fuller get his hands on the ball at least once. Second time this possession.
Here's Kolkowski. He's a good-looking guard, number 2 for Stoughton. That spectacular reverse along the baseline. Can handle the ball, can shoot it a little. Here's Fuller. That's a tough three.
I don't know. Yeah,
I think you do know.
I'm just not sure that's the one they need.
So that gives Oregon a chance to cut it to 1 or tie it with a 3. Here's Solberg. He was pretty quiet the first half. Benson 3. Miss, and crashing the boards is Graffine, and he's tied up. Bradley Sterling. And the possession arrow goes to Oregon. Nice job by Sterling.
Graffine, he's not a big guy, but boy, he does some work on the glass on both ends.
And down to Mears. Now Solberg. Mears corner. Finds Sterling in the lane. Blocked by Fuller.
Nice play. Saw that one coming.
Yeah, he volleyballed that one.
He was laying in the weeds waiting for that.
Looking for our first points of the third quarter. Fuller, baseline, jump stop with a foul.
Okay, that's the kind of action Stoughton wants here. You get Fuller. I think he's better at this type of game, attacking the basket than from the outside.
Boy, that's only the 7th foul of the entire night as Fuller hits the first free throw for 13 points.
These officials are doing a nice job.
Yeah.
This is a rough game. I mean, these kids are playing hard, and I think the officials are doing a real good job of keeping it equal.
Brad Sterling got the first personal of the night for Oregon on that last play, so give Fuller 2 free throws for 14 points. Here's Solberg, short on the 3. Kolkowski looks to push the other way. Solberg cuts him off. And now they'll swing it around to Graffine. Well, Oregon's had such a tough time shooting tonight. You just keep looking up at that scoreboard saying, boy, if they'd fall behind 9 or 11, that'd be a big, big hole. Three-pointer from Schultz. Casey Schultz nailed it. Lead is 7. Make it 8. 30-22.
Oregon needs a score here.
Solberg only with 3 points so far tonight. Good luck for Mears. Back iron and off, and Graffine lost the rebound, but it was knocked out by Sterling. So it'll be Stoughton basketball, 30-22.
There's Graffine again. He's the workhorse on the boards.
Stoughton has outscored Oregon 5-0 to start the third quarter. Give and go to Kowalkowski, and he lays it home.
Okay, this is crunch time for Oregon. They've got to bounce back a little bit here. Stoughton's okay, timeout. It's a good timeout.
7 straight for Stoughton to start the quarter. I asked you about Stoughton's last appearance. You probably will remember Oregon's last appearance at state, boys basketball.
I remember, yes. Although I can't.
You know who the coach was?
Kevin Bavery was the coach. Coach at Middleton now. Gosh, I want to say 2000. Okay,
yep.
I knew it was. I didn't know exactly when it was, but I knew it was in that around that time.
Now, before 2000, when was the last trip for Oregon?
Oh boy, this is another one of those where you're going to tell me it was 1908.
1939.
1939.
Same
okay.
year that Stoughton's last appearance was.
Oh,
how about
what
that?
are the chances?
Isn't that something? Stoughton and Oregon were at state in 1939.
It was a good year.
Sure was. Now Oregon can't get it all back at once, but
okay, that was a good possession. Yep. They worked the ball. They got inside. They got a 3-footer. You can't do much better than that.
Sterling misfired on that 3-footer, so Stoughton up 10. Look at that drive, and I think he traveled. Yep.
Traveled a little bit. Yep.
Graffine had a good look at the basket, but before he could get the shot off, he traveled.
Let's see if Oregon here can stay with what I'm sure Coach Nedeljkov told him in that timeout. Let's get the ball inside. Let's get some easy ones.
Well, nothing's come easy tonight. Steal. Fuller, watch this. A technical foul for hanging on the rim. Well, Fuller made a great play on the steal. Made the dunk. Let's look again, John.
I don't know. Yeah. You can. That's not a bad call, but I'm not so sure it's the right call. Did that make any sense?
I got you. So give Fuller a personal foul. Solberg to the free throw line for a couple of free throws. 4 points tonight for David Solberg. First team all-conference last year. So Oregon gets a couple of points out of it. So it's a draw right now, and now Oregon gets possession. So this could work out pretty well for the Panthers, trailing by 10.
Man-to-man by Stoughton.
Benson, wide open, Fuller foul.
Gee, again there, all he had, perfect position. He came over. All he had to do was go straight up, and I think he gets a piece of that. And the temptation there for so many kids in that situation, you got them dead to right, and they try and knock it into the next county, and you end up getting a foul.
Fuller's second personal foul. He's the only player in the game with 2 personal fouls. I want to remind you, we'll be back with you Friday night on the Channel3000.com Prep Mania Game of the Week. We'll be in Wanakee for what should be a dandy boys basketball matchup. First place will be on the line in the Badger North as DeForest visits Wanakee. 7:30 Friday night, right here on Channel 3000.
Another game that's going to have huge seeding implications in this section.
As both of these teams will be in the Division II bracket, Oregon and Stoughton. Resume. We're just past the halfway mark of the third quarter.
Okay, Oregon's going to have to execute here. They're going to have to score. Stoughton's shown that they can here, and they've created a pretty good advantage for themselves. Oregon's got to start getting the ball in the basket.
Yep. Well, they can't let this lead get larger than 10. A couple free throws coming. Makes the first. Oregon is doing well at the free throw line. They haven't had many attempts.
I find it amazing that we only have one player with 2 fouls in this game with the intensity that these kids are playing with.
Oregon 8 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. They look
nice
for
pass.
Boy, that's
nice
a beauty.
Pass. Boy, that's called threading the needle.
And Fuller's up to 18 points.
I tell you, Jay, I like this Fuller. He does some things nice. He's scoring some points, but he moves around really well.
Big basket there by Mayers for Oregon.
That's one they had to have.
Fuller's season high is 19 in a game. He's already at 18.
That surprises me a little bit.
Yeah.
I would have expected him to have some, but this is a good team with a lot of balance, so maybe that's not so surprising.
Oregon could use a stop here. They're within 8 again. Kolkowski. Watch this battle for the board. Well, took a good bounce for Oregon. The Panthers, they convert here. They're right back in it.
That's Stoughton. Let's not get too excited about that 3-point shot here.
Solberg took a 2 and missed it. Here's a long 3. Casey Schultz missed it. Oregon will control the rebound and get it in the hands of Solberg.
Well, I know, he just hit a 3 from the corner several possessions ago, and he took that one, but I mentioned that, he's one of the better defensive players in this league. I don't think he's one of the better shooters. He's only shooting 23% from three-point, and that's not a type of percentage that you want taking a lot of shots.
Daniel Schwartz 3 miss. Another offensive rebound for Oregon. Missed again. Loose ball taken away by Schultz for Stoughton, and they'll get it with under 2 minutes in the third.
Okay, let's see what kind of patience Stoughton shows us here.
Another 3. Graffine. Scott Graffine with a straight-on 3. 39-28.
Well, they're not paying attention to me.
Just like always.
Yeah. That was a big basket.
Sure was.
Oregon's in a little bit of hot water right now.
Oregon could have cut it to 6 on that possession, but instead they come up empty and Stoughton hits 3. 1:10 left. Schwartz jump hook. Missed it.
So that was a better job defensively by Fuller that time. He didn't try and swat at the ball, just went straight up. Made that a tough shot without giving himself a chance to foul, which he can't do because he's got 2.
Well, Oregon's defense nearly created a turnover there. Now Stoughton again has a ball tipped, but Kane maintains possession with 45 seconds left in the third quarter.
Stoughton was in this situation in the first half. We talked about him waiting for the last shot, and as soon as we said that, they took on with about 20 seconds left, and whoops.
Schultz lost it out of bounds. Goes back to Oregon.
I don't think that's what they wanted.
26.4 seconds left in the clock in the third quarter. Let's see if Oregon will work it for the final shot. Solberg's not in there right now for Oregon.
Stoughton's done a nice job on Solberg.
Yeah.
Very nice job.
Solberg with 5 points, and 2 of them were on the technical free throws. On the dunk by Fuller. Long three, straight on. Benson thought he had it. They get one more chance, maybe. Allen barely missed. Grazed the iron. Boy, the third quarter was owned by the Stoughton Vikings.
Now Oregon's put themselves in a situation where every possession on both ends of the floor is going to be huge. Stoughton has a little bit more leeway to play with. You know, they can be a little bit more relaxed, but Oregon's got to win possessions on both ends of the floor. They can't afford this. The way these teams score points, you know, there were games before. You know, it was 44 to 42 in their first meeting last year when they played one another in the tournament. It was 41-34 Stoughton. These teams don't have a history of scoring a lot of points against one another, and I can see why, because they're playing outstanding defense. So that just magnifies these possessions even more for Oregon.
Stoughton outscored Oregon 14-6 in that third quarter. 25-22 at half, now 39-28.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the point in the game where the first time they played, Stoughton came out and ran a play, a backdoor dunk play for Fuller that turned that game around. I'm sure Coach Nedeljkov has put it in the heads of his young men to watch out for that one. Some teams like to do that. They like to come out of a timeout or a quarter with a special play.
Seems like Memorial has done the alley-oop dunk a time or two out of a quarter.
They tried it.
Yeah.
Oregon was ready for it.
Look at that scrap for the basketball. And Stoughton's going to come away with it. Inside. Wow. Bruziger got a push in the back, and that's going to be a 2-shot foul for the 6'3 senior, Cole Bruziger.
That was a good offensive possession by Stoughton. They ran their little trick play. Wasn't there. They didn't try and force it. They got back into their offense and ended up getting the ball inside.
Mike Rosga got his second personal foul for Oregon. That's the second team foul in the Panthers' second half. And Bruziger is there for a couple of free throws. 4 points for him tonight. Lead is now 13. Benson dropped it off to Rosga. He lost it. Stay with Oregon. Solberg's back for Oregon. So is Mayers. Doring three. Rebound to Graffine again. Boy, I tell you, what a night for him.
He's not a real tall guy, but he's been the king of the boards tonight.
Yeah. He comes in averaging 6 points and 5 rebounds a game, and he's got plenty of rebounds tonight. Foul.
There he attacks the basket. I like the energy that he gives this team, and I think. I'm not sure, but he has not sat down much.
Yeah, not a lot.
I think if you can read Coach Hackett's mind, this might be the guy they really want to have on the floor all the time. Even though he may not be the prettiest player out there, or the smoothest.
Well, he had made his first 2 free throws, so that's his first misfire from the line tonight. He'll get one more. And that one is right there. 8 points for Graffine, 42-28.
Although Graffine's almost an 80% free throw shooter.
Oregon has only 3 points. Make that 6 points since halftime. Doring looking for some help. Sterling's on the floor. He knocked it out.
You know, I think one of the things we haven't really mentioned here, you know, we talked about Solberg and, you know, the effect he's had on the game tonight, which hasn't been his normal output. I think Schultz for Stoughton has just done a superb job defending him. It appears that he's the one that's matched up with him most often.
Fuller, 3. Sterling rebound for Oregon. Boy, that would have been a real killer if that one went in for Fuller. Well, there's Solberg from outside, giving Oregon some life. 42-31, quick timeout, Panthers.
They're going to need a few more like that, I think.
(42-31). Boy, the Stoughton Vikings. Last year they started the season 0-8. And everybody's, oh man, what about Stoughton? What about Stoughton? Then they won 10 of their last 13. This year they had a 12-game winning streak on their way to a 15-4 record.
Yeah, they finished strong last year, like you said. They played their way into the sectional semifinals, and this year it looks like they have a real chance to do some damage in the tournament. And of course, this one here tonight isn't over with yet. You know, Oregon still has plenty of time to battle their way back into it. And as with this last possession, my advice to Stoughton would be don't help Oregon back into it by taking unwise shots.
Well, Matt Hockett's Stoughton team had been rolling. They started out 6-0 in the Badger South, and then they had consecutive road losses to Milton and Madison Edgewood. And they won
court press here by Oregon.
They won their last game, so now they're trying to regain a little momentum after those 2 losses. A win against Oregon will go a long way to that. There's a steal by Benson for Oregon. He read the pass very well.
I'd like to see a percentage chart on how many times a team creates a turnover the first time they're in a new defense. Like they did there, that one with that full court press. The newness, I think, had a lot to do with the fact that Stoughton turned it over.
Well, Bradley Sterling got his first basket of the night for Oregon. The lead now down to single digits for Stoughton. 42-33. Still lots of work to go for Oregon, but they got it to within 9.
Stoughton's taking their time here. That's smart. Running there.
Well, nice idea.
Yeah, it was. It was a good pass inside. It just didn't handle it. Great idea, like you said, Jay.
Tough catch for Brusigar.
But again, that possession ate some time. That was not a terrible possession for Stoughton.
Another critical possession for Oregon. Down 9. Benson gets a pick for 3. Sterling missed it, and big rebound by Fuller.
That was a good look.
Yep.
Open, he had his feet set.
If that one goes in, that would have been a 6-point lead, but it stays at 9, and Stoughton now with possession again. Trying to look at Schultz work. Hit the bottom of the rim. Used a lot of energy and then couldn't quite finish the deal. Solberg now hounded by Schultz.
If Oregon can score here.
Benson couldn't quite get that one off. Here's Mears. Now Benson will try a 3. Got it! Here comes Oregon.
That's a huge basket.
Midway through the 4th quarter, Benson has 7. Boy, seems like Stoughton should be having their feet up, kicking back, and rolling to an easy win, but
they're not comfortable with this press that Oregon's been throwing at them here. Okay, we're going to see the 3. Nice shot. You're going to get back in this game if you're Oregon. That's what you have to do.
Number Benson thought about a three just a couple of passes before that, but he kept his composure, didn't fire on that one, and then got a much better look a couple of passes later.
You know, you take that shot, there's a lot of difference between a good three-pointer where your feet are set, you know, you can step into your shot with a good pass, whereas you try and create one yourself or you try and get one up with too much pressure on you. Some kids, they'll decide ahead of time that they're going to take the three. They say, boy, next time I get the ball, it's going up. And 9 out of 10 times that ends up being an ill-advised shot with not much chance of going in. That was a good shot.
A couple of weeks ago, Oregon beat Monona Grove 60-40, and Oregon did not commit one turnover in the game. John Nedelkoff says in all his years as a player, as a coach, he's never been on a team that had no turnovers. And they won by 20. So.
Yeah, that's a rarity.
It's a perfect game, basically. 42-36. Oregon with 3 team fouls, so they have a few to give before Stoughton goes to the bonus. Solberg tried to help but couldn't get there as Bruzigar beat him to the basket and scored 6 points.
That was a good possession for Stoughton. Worked it in, got themselves a 3-footer.
Schwartz 3. That bounds off the board. Ooh, boy, there's a heavy collision as Benson and Schultz collide on the rebound.
See there, that we're talking about the quality of shots, and that three-pointer was not the quality of the last one that Oregon took. It wasn't nearly as open.
Schultz second personal foul, third team foul on Stoughton. Mears just fumbled it a little, otherwise he had a pretty good look.
They look to Solberg in these situations, and
Benson's 3 hits the baseline.
A nice job on him.
Yeah. So down to 3:02, 44-36. Stoughton trying to go to 8-2 in the Badger South Conference. Schultz with some nice ball handling. Fuller, he lost it. Now Oregon has some numbers.
The break
Benson.
Oregon needed.
And he just missed it, but he drew the foul. Schultz fouled him. And Benson will shoot free throws. Fuller had a great opportunity there, but the ball bounded off his hands.
Just didn't bounce right for him that time. That was a nice job of attacking. Right choice to make.
Now, Oregon likes to put points on the board without the clock running, and that's what these free throws from Benson are. They're within 7 now. And within 6. Benson putting a night together. He has 9 points. Back comes Tyler Doring. He started the game for Oregon.
Let's see what this Oregon's press is going to do with Stoughton here. They've handled it pretty well the last several times.
And still 3 team fouls against Oregon.
Well, the thing with this now, with the press, if it's not getting you the ball, it's slowing the game down a little bit. And I'm not sure Oregon wants to do that.
Well, Benson lost his footing, and then Kolakowski alertly went right into him. That's going to be a foul on Nate Benson, his second, and again, only the 4th team foul on Oregon, so no free throws yet.
I can't remember seeing a game where this late into the game, neither team's in the bonus.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen often.
Schultz, the only player in foul trouble. He has 3. But again, only 2:15 left. Timeout, Matt Hockett. Pretty good timeout.
Yeah, he doesn't. Oregon's taking their man-to-man pressure way out on the court. Stoughton did not handle it well that time. Coach Hockett did not like that, so he's going to talk to them about what they want to do, what they want to run against that type of pressure.
Thanks to Herzing University for again sponsoring our PrepMania Channel3000.com Game of the Week webcast. Thanks to folks at Windham Young Productions. The big guy, Tim Connect, with us tonight. Where else would you spend Valentine's Day but at a basketball game in Stoughton?
Yeah, no kidding.
We must have very understanding wives.
I'll bet we do. They're probably sitting out in the driveway in the car waiting. Where are those guys?
That's the other option, isn't it?
He was going to take me out to dinner tonight. Where is he?
Stoughton inbound, having a little trouble. Well, there's going to be a race, and it'll be won by Schultz. Now he'll bring it up against Solberg. Kolkowski beats Benson. Kolkowski had the pass tip. Oh, and then it went off Fuller's hands.
He broke one of the commandments of basketball. Don't jump up in the air and then decide what you're going to do with the basketball.
The Oregon Panthers are within 6.
Stoughton gave him some help that possession. Oregon can't waste a lot of time here.
Kolkowski kicked it, so it'll stay with Oregon. Now down to 1:44 in the fourth quarter.
Usually, it's a 6-point lead, but usually in a situation like this, you want to do something and do it quickly, whether it's take the three, get a good look from the outside, or else attack the basket and maybe end up getting a foul, getting to the free throw line. Maybe you get a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
Boy,
but you need to go quickly.
Huge possession. Benson, baseline, dropped it back for Mares and intercepted. It'll go back to Oregon. Kolkowski read it and nearly stole it.
Good idea, just the execution wasn't quite what it should have been.
1:36 left. Schwartz driving. Foul. Oh, he was short on the layup. They're going to get Bruzigar for his second personal foul.
That's another way to attack Stoughton here would be you get that penetration, you attack the basket, then you kick it back outside to your shooters at the three-point line, outside the three-point line. That's another option you have here. But they accomplished what they wanted to.
Coach Boyle, if he makes this free throw,
yeah,
they're within 4.
We got ball game here.
Oh, man. Stoughton had built a substantial lead. They were up 39-28 after 3. They extended it to 41-28.
I'm not sure Stoughton knows exactly what they want to do offensively here. They just don't have much rhythm. Now that's a nice ball.
Oh, counted and a foul. Cole Bruzigar.
I think Kolkowski is the guy that Stoughton wants to have with the ball in this situation. It appears that Oregon can't keep him out of the middle.
Sterling gets his third personal foul. To the free throw line is Cole Bruzigar. Got it. Huge play.
Now Oregon has to hurry here. They can't take their time.
47-40. Solberg driving, tough floater.
It's the right idea. Wrong results.
He just lost it. It'll be Stoughton basketball.
That's what you have to do, though. He attacked right away. That was a smart play.
Here's steal by Oregon. Now they're going to get Solberg for a foul. That's only the 6th on Oregon.
Yeah, I think we're perhaps, Jay, in the situation here where Oregon's going to have to start fouling.
So the Panthers got it to within 4, 44-40. Then a huge three-point play by Cole Bruzigar. Oh, and look out. They turned it over.
Unforced turnover. Now, if we get to the point where Oregon's going to start to foul on purpose, Stoughton's not a real good free throw shooting team. They only have one player out there now that's over 70% from the free throw line.
Benson missed it. Fuller rebounded it. Now it's going to be tough. 40 seconds left, 7-point lead.
I think they've got a foul.
Or score. Yeah, Cole Bruzigar.
That about did it, I think, Jay.
5 points late for Bruzigar. Solberg, 3, nope. And guess who got the rebound and is going to shoot free throws? Oregon is now in the bonus. Well, his grandparents in South Dakota got to be smiling right now. As Cole Bruzigar has really stepped up here late.
This was a hard-fought game. I love the effort that both these teams gave here.
Bruzigar, the 1-1. He'll get a second. 12 points for Cole Bruzigar. And Matt Hockett's team looks like they're going to maintain their lead in the Badger South.
This was a huge game for Stoughton.
13 for Bruzigar. Benson, tough shot, air ball. Mayers put it in. Clock continues to roll. Now 10 seconds left, 9, and there's going to be a foul on the Panthers.
Is that Solberg?
Yep. Second personal on Solberg, but a 9-point lead with only 9.3 seconds left. Here's Kolkowski. Missed the free throw. Now it's just a matter of what the final score will be. Solberg, long three. Well, what do they call that? Did he tip it in, or was it a three?
I think we definitely had basket interference there.
I think
but,
so. Well, in any case, now they did give him three. So the final is going to be 51-45 Stoughton. They sweep Oregon this season, and more importantly, go to 8-2 in the conference, and well, this won't hurt them on seeding Saturday.
No, it won't. And let's not say they sweep the series yet, because there's still, if you look at the brackets, there's still a decent chance that these two teams could run into one another in the tournament. And they've had some real battles here. This is, from a point standpoint, this is the biggest spread they've had. But I think both of us, Jay, understand that this game was closer than the score was.
Yeah.
We take Stoughton, like happens in so many games. They had a stretch in the third quarter, maybe a 3-4 minute stretch where their play made the difference, and that's something that Oregon's going to learn from. They're going to talk about that and do what they can not to let something like that happen, and maybe we have a different game next time.
Leading scorers for Stoughton. Max Fuller had 18 points. Cole Bruzigar with 15. Scott Graffine with 8. Connor Kolkowski with 4. Casey Schultz had a 3-pointer. Gus Giese and Nick Liggett with 2 each, and Shane Raleigh with 1 for Oregon. Bradley Mayers with 11. Nate Benson had 9. David Solberg 8. Daniel Schwartz with 7. Tyler Doring, Bradley Sterling with 2 each, and Mike Roscoe with 1. And again, credit Stoughton for holding David Solberg down to just 8 points tonight.
I think that Casey Schultz did a really nice job on Solberg. He's a real fine defensive player, and those probably 87% of the people in here tonight didn't really notice that, but that was one of the keys, if not the key, to this basketball game.
All right, thanks, Coach Boyle. We'll see you in Wanakee Friday night.
Well, thank you. I look forward to that one. Another big one for us.
It will be indeed. Get a reminder that our next Prep Mania Channel3000.com game of the week comes Friday night, when we will be in Wanakee for the Badger North Showdown between DeForest and Wanakee, 7:30 on Channel3000.com. Thanks to our entire When We Were Young Productions crew for working tonight's game. Along with John Boyle, I'm Jay Wilson. Final score again tonight: Stoughton 51, Oregon 45. Good night, everyone.